Hey guys, Dolly here. Welcome back to Gypsy Rose Papery. Today we're going to do a junk journal with me, and I'm looking for a page where I can do this on, and so this is the page apparently. And I am just kind of getting my supplies put together, setting them to the side. I've got my handy dandy pencil case, and we are ready to get started. So this junk journal with me is going to be superhero themed because my husband and I went to a comic book store and we had so much fun there, and I really wanted to commemorate that by doing a journal spread on it. So I saved some of the ephemera from the comic book store, like the business card and then like a flyer that they gave us. And at the end I'm going to have a mini vlog for you guys so you guys can go see what we did and what the store looks like. It's a really cool store. And here we have a paper pack that I've had for a while. I bought this a long time ago when I first started doing junk journals because I made my husband a comic book themed junk journal, and I can link that at the end so you guys can see that. It is old, so I have to go back into the archives for that one. And while we're looking at all this awesome paper, I just want to take a little time to give you guys a friendly reminder to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And you can hit the little fairy in the bottom right hand corner to subscribe, or at the closing screen there is an icon of the same fairy where you can subscribe as well. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos from me. So here I decided on this blue paper, and I wanted to cover up that little kind of semi page that you see there. And so here I'm just kind of using it as a guide so that I know where to cut. So I'm gonna just take a pencil and mark around just as a template, and then I'm gonna cut that out and glue that on there. So here I'm just going to start embellishing the pages. I do like to flip back through my books, and I like to see things that are pleasing to my eye personally. And so these pages are really plain, and for me to just set a picture down with some writing really doesn't appeal to me. So I wanted to start kind of like that continuity by using different bits and incorporating them into 3 pages. So here I'm using that blue paper to kind of pull these 2 pages together, and I'm just adding it as a border on this first page. And then I'm definitely gravitating towards superheroes that I personally like, so I'm going to take this Thor and cut him out and use him for that opposite page. I'm definitely more of a DC Comics girl. I love Batman, he's probably my favorite, and Wonder Woman definitely, she's definitely my favorite. But I do like Marvel, and I couldn't find DC papers, so Marvel will have to do. But Thor's one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I'm just going to sort of measure him to this corner and then cut him to size. I was going to make him a tuck spot, but then it didn't really serve a purpose because there wasn't really anything that I needed to kind of tuck in there. I already knew what I was going to do with the ephemera from the store. So just again, kind of decorating my pages here. And speaking of Wonder Woman, I've had this fabric forever and I've been dying to use it. So what more of a perfect time than a journal spread dedicated to comic book characters. So I'm just gonna cut a little panel out. I don't think at this point I really knew what I wanted to do with it. I just knew like the piece was too big for me to kind of figure out how to use it. So here I think I'm going to do a fabric page. Just kind of deciding which side is probably best. I just measured it against that page and roughly cut it. I don't like to put a lot of pressure on myself with these journal spreads. I kind of just eyeball everything. To me, that's the fun way of doing things. I don't enjoy measuring, and so I eyeball everything and cut everything to size. So obviously the book is bound, so I can't sew. If I wanted this to have like sewing detail, I'd probably put a little strip of paper behind it and sew that on my sewing machine and then glue that down. But I was pressed for time, so I'm just going to put a little rim of glue there and then glue her down. She still looks pretty. It still adds a lot of interest to the page, and so that is my fabric page. And I decided that this side is, or the side where the Wonder Woman is the side where I'll be writing. So here on this page to my left, I'm using to put my little Polaroid zip picture. And this picture makes me laugh because we took it outside the store and it was super sunny and we're just all squinty and weird. But this is just ephemera from the shop. I'm just trying to figure out where I want it. And then I just realized that that paper does not match. So I'm going to use a piece of the leftover fabric from the cut that I made to cover that up. So I'm just going to use it as a guide to cut roughly. Nothing perfect here. I just want enough to cover it somewhat so it's not that other pattern. And I'm trying to sort of frame it so that it's an image that is appealing. And so the fabric had like a little tag on it and it had a bunch of superheroes, so I thought it was cool to kind of just incorporate that. And there was that blank space right there at the bottom and it just fit perfect in there. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and hand letter what the day was about, comic book store date or something I think I wrote, but I didn't have my usual like hand lettering pen, so I had to get sort of inventive here and sort of create my own special kind of hand lettering. So on the semi page, I'm just gonna attach the ephemera roughly here with some staples and their business cards, which I think is like probably the coolest business card I've ever seen. And don't forget to watch till the end to watch the mini vlog so that you can see the store itself, because it's super cool. But I am gonna choose like this lime green pen to write because I just felt it went really well with that superhero theme. And it's a gel pen and I just love the way it shows up on that dark blue paper. But basically, quickly sort of summarizing what I'm writing is that I think when we get older, we sort of take ourselves too seriously, or we feel like, oh, we're too old to do this, or we're too old to do that. And by doing that, you're really limiting yourself and sort of boxing yourself into something that maybe is not really you. Maybe you still do like going to comic book stores or, you know, getting toys or something like that. And this is just a reminder to just go with the flow and be open to all possibilities. So this is the final journal layout. I had so much fun putting this together and reflecting back, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching me put this together. I want to thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!